Hey everyone, we have entered into Ultimate with the Meteor Druid, Arcane Storm Meteor Druid. In our playthrough, we've been going through the entire game. We're at like episode 48, 50, somewhere in there. And, yep, finally Ultimate. I again, off camera, leveled up the character because I needed to get Black Legion reputation, and I did a bunch of bounties for them. And then did a little running around to get to 70 plus. And, yeah, we're going to start Ultimate with a bit of a build video, just to go over where this character is right now. He is completely untested in the difficulty, so things may change. But, for now, we can go over his abilities and his gear for what he's going to be doing to get into the difficulty. Now, the first thing I recommend doing when you go for Ultimate is to get your reputation up to Revered with at least, I'd say, the Rovers, and if you can do it, the Black Legion, because these two have some really great armor augments. And when you get your reputation to Revered, and you get your level to 70, you can get augments for your armor. And all of these augments are based around resistances. And by going for these augments, you can get your resistances to the caps very easily. I actually am only running one of them from the Black Legion, the Pierce Poison one, across all my gear. And I think I'm actually going to switch out for, like maybe switch out two of these for just the straight up Pierce one from Devil's Crossing when I get to Revered. And then maybe actually grab the Aether Chaos ones from the Black Legion, even though I don't really need the Aether resistance. Yeah, so let's just go into abilities real quick. This started as a Trojan Sky Shards build, and it's evolved into something else, kinda. It's still, for the most part, using Trojan Sky Shards as its main attack, its main source of damage, but the damages are now split between Aether and Lightning. Weird damage combination, but there's a lot of support for it. And before I go on again, I'm going to be replacing the Royal Exuberance set with the Arcane Storm set at level 72. I just need to get to level 72, which is going to be pretty quick, actually. And once that happens, there's going to be a little tweaking of my abilities, because I'm going to lose a +1 to all skills function, you know, +1 to all skills benefit. And I think that means I'm just going to end up being, like, throwing 2 points on Myvan Sphere is the main thing that's going to be different here. Just to keep it at 12 of 12. So, yeah, Sky Shards are maxed out. And our gearing is towards Cold, Lightning, and Aether. Mostly Lightning and Aether is what I'm going to shoot for as we go forward. But otherwise, we have 1 point on Frozen Core, and Frozen Core is going to stay a 1-pointer. We only really want the 2-second freeze added to our Sky Shards for that, and as a 1-point requirement to get to Shattered Star. Shattered Star is an ability that's a potential cap-out. It's got a lot of bonus damage that can be added onto the Sky Shards. But I want to get, like, my next target is to get Devastation to 16 out of 16, and then we'll see what we're doing with points, because otherwise I think I have about 30 points I can spend. It might be 27-ish points I can spend, and that's going to be split between a couple things, and I haven't decided what yet. But otherwise, on the Arcana side, we have Star Pact maxed out, which is the most important exclusive skill for us because of the cooldown reduction, because everything we do is cooldowns. Sky Shards, Flash Freeze, Mirror, Devastation, Wind Devils, Totems, Nullification. It's all cooldowns, so we definitely need Star Pact. It also supports our damage types. Devastation is our other big ability, and we're going to get that to 16 out of 16. Because Devastation's awesome. Myvan Sphere, I want to run it at between 10 out of 12 and 12 out of 12. But I think I'm going to shoot for 12 out of 12. And the other thing that's maxed out is Inner Focus, because it's just % spirit and % offensive abilities, and it's awesome. Otherwise, everything else is a 1-point wonder. The Iskandra's line, Mirror, Conversion, Arcane Will, Nullification, and Fabric of Reality, all 1-pointers. I'm also going to point out that Flash Freeze is a potential candidate to be maxed out because it makes Flash Freeze huge. And just freezing the entire screen is great. Doesn't work against heroes or bosses, but that doesn't matter. Freezing the whole screen of just trash mobs is awesome. Mirror could actually be a max out as well. But just to get that skill recharge down. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. On the Shaman side of things, 1 point on Pact of Modragon, max out Heart of the Wild for the % health, 1 point on Oakskin for that little bit of pierce resistance. And again, Pact and maybe even Oakskin could both be things capped out. It's up in my, I'm considering it, type, or I'm considering it list. As are the Wind Devil, the main ability, and Raging Tempest. Both of these are potentials for maxing out as well. Raging Tempest for the lower resistances, and Wind Devil just because, I mean, it's Wind Devil. I think the middle ability would be more of a priority than the first one. Now I have 1 point in Storm Totem because I switched out Haunt and don't have the Haunt ability anymore. This may be switched over to Wendigo Totem because even though Wendigo Totem does not like mesh with our damages at all, it's basically bonus health regen in the form of its heal. So I mean, like, it depends. If I need the defense, I'll go Wendigo Totem. If I want to keep the damage, I'll keep Lightning Totem. Lightning Totem is, again, something I could potentially max out, but for now it's going to be a 1-pointer. And Devotion real quick. I'll do a more detailed Devotion spec later on once I like get it nailed down. I mean, it's pretty nailed down now, but the long and short of it is we wanted to get Arcane Bomb, which I attached to my Sky Shards. So we needed Eldritch and Primordial for that. Primordial is easy to get in the form of Sailor's Guide and the Eel. And then Eldritch's easy to get in the form of the Hawk and Scholar's Light. So with those two, we can get Arcane Bomb on the Widow and Amatok Spirit of Winter to get Blizzard. And part of the reason I'm sort of like a little on the edge about my Devotion loadout right now is I may take all of the stuff out of Amatok and attempt to go, and maybe even the stuff I'm shooting for with Aeon's Hourglass, and maybe pick up Tempest for Reckless Tempest. That's kind of on the fence for what I'm doing right now. The problem is I need the Ascendant. I need 2 more points in Ascendant, and yeah, I'd probably have to fill out the Empty Throne, which is 4 points, and then it'd be like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get in there, and that's pretty much what I have left for my Devotion points. So I think Aeon's Hourglass is the way to go here over the Tempest, but I mean, it might be something I redo to try and get later. But otherwise, yeah, I'm fairly happy with what I got right now with that. So yeah, we also have the Viper and the Vulture with 1 point on the Chaos Crossroads. Will get us our 8 Chaos, and then I actually have 19 in total, not counting the Primordial Crossroads, so we just tick a point in there. And that gives us our 8 and 20 for Chaos and Primordial, respectively, which gives us access to Spear of the Heavens, which is our damage types exactly. So 80% Lightning, 80% Aether, 5% offensive ability, 10% crit damage, 100% Lightning and Aether, and then we get an ability that is in our damage types. That's actually not a bad ability. Not a great ability, but it's not a bad ability. And then we also, by going for Spear of the Heavens, automatically qualify for Aeon's Hourglass, which I think is what I'm going to fill out. So we've already got the first point in here, and that's 30 to all of our attributes. And then we get the defensive ability and reduced durations on the elemental burns. The Aether resistance is kind of lost on us because we've already got that maxed out, but there's slow resistance. And then, more defensive ability and vitality res. And then the big one here is the 6% avoidance with the reduced entrapment duration, which is okay. And then, like, the time stop ability is pretty good. But, yeah, I like Aeon's Hourglass for a lot of defensive abilities, but again, I'm kind of like, I could take those 6 points and maybe get Tempest and up my lightning damage a bit. It's like I said, it's up in the air as to how I'm going to finish things, but for now I'm going to go for Aeon's Hourglass. Okay, gearing. A lot of his gear is temporary. Like I said, I still need to get the Arcane Storm, which is what the build is going to be named for now, set in here, and it's 72. I am 70 and a little bit. So yeah, we are going to... We are absolutely going to have a gear swap go on. Obviously, this character's build is not finished yet either because he's only 70, not 85. So, yeah, this is more of a build update video. Partial build video. We'll do a complete build video when he actually reaches 85. But anyways, Temporal Tempest is our weapon. And this is going to be switched out for Trojan Skykeeper, or whatever the hell that weapon's called, later on, at 75. This is actually not a bad weapon, though. Mental Alacrity is kind of pointless for this, but +3 to Wind Devil is pretty nice, and it has skill cooldown reduction. I threw a Cold Stone on there, and I think I might want to swap that out for a Wrathstone, actually. Dang, why do I still have a Cold Stone? Jeez. That's how, like, yeah, I think I picked that up at, no, it'd be 65. Yeah, I should really put not a Cold Stone on this. I'll do that later, though. Because I need to get... I'm going to stick an ultimate now, pretty much. So I need to get my... I need to get Darlet back. So, before I can change that. So, yeah. Shroud of Illusions is our chest piece. It's a really great chest piece for us, because we don't need to worry about energy regen, because we're using Sky Shards. Everything's on cooldown. So we don't need an energy regen chest piece. In fact, we could probably go for even heavier armor if we could afford it. Because we like 740 physique is not a tiny amount of physique. So we could probably go for some even heavier armor as we go forward. But yeah, Shroud of Illusions is actually not a bad chest piece. Really good defensive stuff on it. Arcane Harmony leggings are our pants. And I think I'm going to want to switch these out for Pretty Great Pants. Because Pretty Great Pants are a really good, really solid pair of pants for defenses. Our offhand is an Empowered Crushing Will. And it's eventually going to be the... I think it's a Codex of Eternal Storms. It's a craftable legendary offhand. And that's a 75 item. So we're going to keep this until 75. Divine Steel Shoulder Guard. I might actually switch out these for the Empowered Astral Mantle, because that gives a bonus to Star Pact, which is a little better than a bonus to Mogtraken's Pact, but these are still pretty good shoulder pads. Yeah, because they're heavy. It's a lot of armor. Our gloves are the Elite Harvest Grips, and our boots are the Elite Rewari Greaves. So again, at level 70, when you have Revered, you can actually get some pretty solid gear out of these factions. And yeah, the Harvest Grips are great. And the Rewari Greaves are great. Just really solid green items. Our helmet is a dropped helmet that's pretty awesome. An Ancient Exalted Visage of Spellweaving for Lightning Aether. And it has a lot of nice stuff on it. This might be the helmet I keep for a really long time. At least until I get the Trojan's hat. I'm not even sure if I want to run the full Trojan set. I probably will end up doing it, but for now I'm going to keep this like smattering of gear. But yeah, that's just a really nice helmet that dropped a long time ago. That I was like, oh, I'm going to use this at some point, and I'm using it now. We have the Royal Exuberance set, which is going to be replaced by the Arcane Storm set at 72. It's mostly because it's a nice all-rounder 3-piece set of gear, and +1 to all skills is really handy. 5% to all of our attributes is really handy as well. Our metal is a Tempest Sigil, and the Empowered Tempest Sigil might replace this, but for now we're going to use this one because of its skill cooldown reduction. I don't actually know that I have the Empowered one anyways, and I think it's a 75 item. So yeah, we're going to keep the regular one for now. Tinkerer's Ingenuity is our belt. It's a great belt for poison and bleeding resistances. Bleed res, I actually have a problem gearing for it. So picking it up, a lot of it up, is a nice boon to me. And the proc on this is really nice as well. And I think Tinker's Ingenuity is going to be in the slot forever for this character. And my relic right now is an Avenger. And the Vengeance ability, I mean, it looks like it's a lot of damage. I haven't actually played with it a lot. And I'm wearing it to keep my elemental resistance and my vitality resistance up. In addition to it being a lightning, or an elemental related thing, and kind of lightning related as well. I think I'm either going to go for Agrivex Malice or Askandra's Balance. I haven't quite decided yet. It's a debate for me, honestly. Or Eye of the Storm, but yeah, I don't know which of those I'm exactly going to go with as my final relic choice. Eye of the Storm, I need another Manticore Eye to get it, which pretty much means I'm never going to get it. So, yeah, I'm leaning towards one of the Arcanist ones. Plus, one of the Arcana skills is really handy as well. So, normally, I would do some sort of run through an area skill demonstration for a build. But I'm actually going to call this video and split it into 2 parts, because this is also part of my playthrough of the game. So this is a playthrough video and a build video. And we're going to jump right into Ultimate right here in a new video. That's the actual playthrough video. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys then.